Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up, I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes. This day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I want to share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
If I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning. I want to welcome y'all to the Writers for Life, reviews and reaction, review and reactions, TikTok reviews and reactions. What the hell? Word had me stuck. Word, I ain't set you up. I swear to God. Listen, the convo was between us. The bull inserted himself in that convo. And when you said, I don't really speak on religion, he gonna sit here and he wanted to turn the John into a debate. So listen, man, we all stood quiet. I've learned my lesson. I know not to challenge your ass unless I got proof. Listen, because remember, it started off when I said, yo, you know what? Shout out to the word, right? Because you opened up my eyes. I was confused about the 3 Eves and about the Lilith situation, right? And when you broke that shit down and I went and I did my research, like, you was right. Everything you said was correct. The bull wanted to challenge you. I'm geeking right. Oh wait, I gotta put that John in my community wall. Shit, I keep forgetting about that. My bad. Whoa, here we go. Hold on 1 second. Yo. I just posted it on my community wall. So the link is on the community wall. So word, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome. I dropped it because I know EJ wanted to come up. So if the word wants to come up, he's more, you more than welcome. Come talk to his shorty. But I mostly I forgot to pin it because I was pinning it for EJ just in case he wanted to come up. But I wasn't gonna let anybody else up. Like that's why I put, if you want to join, just let a shorty know. So I mean, I mostly put it up for EJ, but I put it up just now because Word reminded me. So just in case, you want to come up. But on some real shit, Bull wanted to keep going. Like you was trying to stop. Like that's why I said he got to catch the replay. For real. Like you really was trying to stop. Like because on some real shit, I was giving you props. It wasn't to start off a whole conversation. That's why I was like, yo, man, go free Rachel. Free Rachel. Free Rachel. Because I'm still learning. I want to learn. I wasn't going to sit here and debate Word. Man, I've seen Word sit here and destroy. Phew, wait, what? Oh, you just destroyed my dreams. Oh, shit. Like, wait, what? Why you do that? I was having fun in La La Land, all the way up there with Peter Pans. I know. We're funny as hell, y'all. But listen, man, where made me stutter in the beginning of this, right? So let me welcome everybody to the, Writers for Life reviews and react TikToks reviews and reactions, y'all. We're gonna be watching TikTok videos that, might make you question reality, might make you laugh, or you might just call cap. Yo, shout out word.
What up, though, man? Y'all set me up. Let me fix my mic. You gotta put the.
No, he set himself up. I mean, is he new or something?
I don't know. But look, man, I
I
was.
wasn't expecting nobody to challenge you. That's why I was like, wait,
Man,
when he said debate, I was like, oh yeah, he wanted to challenge Word on the Christianity shit.
but,
I was like, nope, I learned.
look, but that's why I'm like, bro, this ain't no debate. You can learn something. I'm not trying to be like egotistical or nothing, but you ain't
Yeah,
built to. You just not built for that. You know what I'm saying? You got to go look for stuff. I'm telling you what I know, and you can
yeah.
go look for what I say. You know, and it's just that was unfortunate. I
That
tried to
John
be.
just
I was.
shocked me.
That's
I'm
my
like,
boy
what the
though.
heck? I'm like, why everybody got turned something into a debate? We was really having a conversation, and I was giving you props because you woke this shit out of me because I was confused. Listen, man, I was gonna keep reacting. You see, I haven't really reacted on shit about the three Adams and the three Eves because I kind of got it figured out. Not 100%, but enough that I don't have to keep asking questions. Just keep researching.
It is. I mean, from the biblical, you have to go back to the Hebrew. You have to go into the Book of
Yeah,
Generations to fully understand it.
and I'm
I
still in
mean,
them. I'm still, I got articles downloaded. I got videos downloaded on some real shit. Like people think I'm playing. I got USBs loaded with this information. Like, okay, when I sit down, then I'll do it.
but I go rock with the older stuff. I go, that's what I'm digging into now. I'm trying to Rosetta. I'm using Rosetta Stone, like the real Rosetta Stone, not the actual stone. You can go to the University of Colorado's website and use it to decipher some of these ancient Semitic texts, and you start seeing different things. Like, hold on, bro. Like, but you can't be in that mode that I believe. You got to know. It's okay to believe, but it's different when you know. It's just levels to this, man. And it depends where you trying to be at and where you trying to go. That's just how it is.
I mean, we're gonna come across a lot of stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't expecting anybody to trying to turn anything into a debate or a challenge. I be on and off the panels and stuff like that. That's why I looked today. I still stuck when he did that. I was like, oh shit, wait, I'm not even gonna check anybody else out. Where the popcorn at? I'm like, shit, I don't got no shots. I'm like, who does? Like, wait a minute. I was like, look, man, I've been there and done that with the word. I was like, once we all hopped off, I would have thought he peeped because even in the chat, I said, yo, wait, I'm coming over there too, chat, because he wasn't letting me get a word in, or let me say, if it was a debate or not. He just kept going in. So I was like, okay, this is not for me. He I guess he's challenging word. I'm like, I ain't doing this. I don't got enough
But
proof to challenge word.
it, it's just emotions, man. I mean, he a good dude. He a good dude. He just
He
got
looked like a good
emotional.
dude, but he got in his feelings though for no reason
Yeah,
because
that's
y'all
why
was
I'm.
having a conversation he wanted because we didn't tell him to insert himself. Like you heard me say, I don't have a religion, but
Yeah,
I'm glad that you opened up my eyes because I do got questions. And you heard me, I always said that since I met you. I was like, yo, I got a lot of fucking questions. Like, it makes no sense. And that's when we started having them conversations. And I'm like, you know what? I don't mind having conversations with people like this. I've never had them like this. Usually everybody want to challenge or debate or try to convert me. I'm not trying to get converted. I just want to learn. That's it. So I don't misunderstand or say something wrong.
Just learn. That's all you gotta do. Is just learn, man. Just be open to stuff. I mean, even if, like I told him, like you ain't gotta take nothing I say for a grain of salt. You ain't gotta believe nothing. You know, you can just listen. That's what people fail to do. They attach themselves to other people's thoughts. I'm straight. That's why I'll be getting emotional during them conversations. It's like, nah, bro. What I'm like, we don't got to do the ad hominem dude. I'm not only the religious dude. I'm the behavior guy. Come on, man. Don't do that. I know you throwing shots for no reason, bro. Like
Yeah, but
you
that was a
talking about.
topic that got started out of nowhere because we wasn't even talking about Christianity. We was talking about something completely different. He bought Christianity in. If you
uh,
really look at it, because I'm like, I was just giving you props. That's it. I'm like, I don't know how it turned into a debate. I'm like, I'm not Candace Owens. I
yeah, but that and then they love that. Hey,
was
shout out
cracking.
to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat, my
Yeah.
bad.
Next, shout out to the oh snap! But shout out Cutting Edge. I don't know who else is in there, but blessings to everybody else in the chat, just in
Yeah,
case.
Inglewood, Brody, Seamers.
But this shit was
Yeah,
crazy. I'm like, it was
yeah.
a good conversation, and it would have went to a good conversation, but he was getting in his feelings. It's like he had to prove you wrong. I was like, but wait, y'all both have different opinions. That's why I was like, I'm not getting in this because I'm not getting cursed out. It seems like he understands the word more. So I'm like, here I come, chat.
But see, that's
I,
what I'm saying. Like
I
with
like
those
how he
conversations.
get from the three Eves to Christianity. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like in those conversations, man, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. It's like people be trying to prove me wrong, and I'm like, bro, I just laid facts down, and you want to tell me about theory? You telling me about I can't observe gravity? Like, bro, I can do the same experiment. Like,
Like Esau went up
you
in the chat. I was like, oh shit. This conversation is making me understand why the topic of are we in a simulation is out more and more. And it's happening more with the youth than anything. My son is
yeah,
one of them involved in them conversations. He's like, Mom, I don't think God is real. But he's like, I know about the divine. He's like, but I feel like everything is a simulation. I was like, do you? I'm like, we have little conversations and I don't stir it up because I want him to come to me.
if if you think about when I say I'm a divine being having a human experience, that's a simulation. When you
He
hear
says
people
he's God.
say,
My
when
son says
you
he's God. I'm like, what the
when
fuck?
you
I'm
listen,
listening.
when you hear people say this is a vessel, I'm a spirit in the vessel, that's a simulation. Even your son saying I'm God, he understands the essence of God is within. So he is God into this world. What he creates is the act of God. Like
Just
the
like
concept of God is the creator. If he creates, therefore he's the creator of what he creates.
he sees.
Ye are gods of everything we create.
He sees it different, and he doesn't judge nobody. He doesn't have a religion either, so it's kind of like, we could have these conversations because it's like, ain't nothing holding me down, ain't nothing holding him down. Like we just want to learn on some real shit. Like he's like still young, and he's still, like I said, and I'm like I can say like I can't even say he's wrong because I'm learning in the process too. Like I'm just learning. Like you seen when I started learning about the Book of Enoch and all that stuff, I was shocked. Like this was a couple of years back, so it's kind of like, oh, like I'm like my eyes been open, and I don't get mad at the word because at the end of the day, he tests me. He don't say here already, I'm gonna challenge you, or I'm gonna debate you. No, he says, well, you know what? Take this into consideration, or look this up, or how about you check this out, or look at it like this. And when people talk to me like that, it's like, all right, you're not trying to change me, you're not trying to convert me or make me into this. You're just telling me something, you're giving me advice, you know, the fuck. That's why I'm like, look, listen, I don't believe in the Bible. I believe in God. Nothing more, nothing less. And if that offends you, I have nothing to say. Oh shit. Morpheus took the word. But yeah, like make sure y'all check the word out. Word, I know you if you make it to the chat, make sure. Yep, facts. Some, oh, he came back up. Wait, what the hell? I got you twice. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone went black. I didn't know what happened. I guess it
Yeah.
just went to sleep and then. But yeah, I really do gotta go to bed. I can't believe y'all had me up this late, man. He spent 2 hours of my life that I can't get back. But
You
that's
said
what
2 hours.
that's
Listen,
what
remember I
I
came
get
in, but
paid.
we was playing around, but somehow the playing around and me giving you props turned into a debate, and I don't know how the
Yeah,
bull did that,
yeah,
but
Rachel, don't you ever give me props again, okay? Don't do that. I
but if you
told you,
right on what you was teaching me, right at the end of the day, I gotta give my teacher props because now I know a little more than what I did yesterday. So
and
it's
that's
like,
what,
what the fuck? Wait
and
a
at
minute.
and that's why at the beginning of the show I told y'all that Rich Homie Quan song was the anthem of my life. For some reason, I always make people feel some type of way when I talk. That's just what I do. But let me get my butt down. I appreciate you, sir.
All right, facts.
Shout out to the
Shout
chat.
out to the word. Make sure you leave your link down below. Anybody want to check the word out and see what he's about? Make sure, hey, no trolls allowed, man. We telling you the same thing here. If you a troll, you miserable, you ain't got nothing else to do. You better think about it twice. Cause shit, we'll 86K you the fuck out the chat, bro. Shit, respect me, respect the mods, and respect each other. Like for real. So if you ain't got nothing to say about the topics, you ain't got nothing good to say, y'all can get the fuck out. And I'm giving a warning, real shit. I'm giving the warning ahead of time. I will block. I don't got time to argue. I block fast as shit. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So if you feel some type of way, you're looking for a safe space, this is not it. Yeah, got an edge. Put y'all channels in. That's why y'all got the mod sticks. Listen, I don't give out my sticks just cause. But if you got channels and you got, something that people can go people can watch and, enjoy and stuff like that, y'all got the my sticks. Y'all can recommend them good channels that people can enjoy, and not sit here and be caught up in some bullshit. There's a reason I give out my sticks. I don't just give them out. So, like, if y'all in there and y'all notice the trolls are in them Jones, man, just 86K them Jones out. Call me Mr. 86K. If the mods don't do it, trust and believe I'm going to do it. I'm real good for that. So, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm good for blocking you. I'm not just going to time you out. I will block you. I'm not going to ask no questions. I'm like a trigger happy cop on some real shit. Snipe, snipe, snipe. But anyways, right? Let's get this Jones started. We're gonna be watching some TikTok videos for a little bit, right? Some of these videos might make you, question reality. They might make you laugh. Some of them, hey, they might be cap. It's up to you on how you perceive them.
People in America are not settled with the information that's been given to us right now. So I'm not going to be lining up taking a shot or a vaccination for something that wasn't clear in the first place. And then you all create a shot in miraculous time. It takes years to create vaccination.
Well, it used to take years.
Okay, it used to.
You know how many years were invested in this approach? About 20 years of science to get us to be able to do it.
20 years is not enough, and 9 months is definitely not enough for nobody to be taking no vaccination that you all came up with.
The only reason I'm talking to you right now, as close as we are, is that I've been vaccinated.
Right.
But if it allows thousands of people like you don't get vaccinated, you're going to let this virus continue to percolate in this country and in this world.
Something like the common flu, then, right?
And not
It's
like
much
the
more
common
serious than the flu.
Well, the flu kills a lot of people annually, too.
You know how many people died of the flu the last year? I mean, not this year, virtually none, but the previous year, about 20 to 30,000. You know how many people have died from COVID-19 in the United States? 600,000 Americans.
The number that you all given that died, that's once again, that's you all's number.
You gonna pass?
Yeah, definitely. Because when you start talking about paying people to get vaccinated, when you start talking about incentivizing things to get people vaccinated, there's something else going on with that.
Yo, that's a fact. Yo, this video was uploaded March 20th, 2023, right? And it's still going, you know, everybody's still re-uploading this video, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. The video keeps getting re-uploaded and re-uploaded. I remember when everybody fell for this. Like, I'm sitting here, I was like, yo, I was bringing awareness to this heavy on Facebook. They censored me on YouTube. For some reason, they let it ride on Facebook. I don't know why. But Facebook now, you can't even talk about this at all, because they will clap your little channel for just talking about this. They say that it's called misinformation. But what's crazy is, right, they sat here and they censored all them doctors, right? Have y'all heard any more of them doctors that were speaking out on the vaccine, telling people what they was linked to and everything? My thing is, with, you know what? I can't even say that I'm shocked. It's crazy how people fall for shit, right? How fast people fall for shit. Because, damn, even with the proof right there in your face, people telling you what it is, people still go ahead and do it. And they want to come around and just cry. Man, fuck that. That's why I still stand up. I speak up for what I believe in. I'm somebody that, listen, I stand for something and I fall for nothing.
Something else going on.
It is something going on.
There's something else.
You're right. But I'm glad millions of people like me and most everybody here didn't get an incentive. You know what their incentive was? Protecting their health and protecting the city. But I won't keep you anymore.
It's okay, because my incentive, y'all campaign is about fear. It's about inciting fear in people. You all attack people with fear. That's what this pandemic is. It's a fear. It's fear, this pandemic. That's all it is.
And that's no lie. How many of y'all remember when Fauci got exposed? He recently got exposed all over again. He lied about the vaccination, about the information he gave the world. But yet, when people sit here and expose the truth about that, they get censored. But why they still want to put this man in? Do y'all still believe what he says even after he got exposed? People fall for the, banana in the tailpipe so fast.
You know there's no such thing as protein. Body, think about the gorilla. What protein is he getting?
So it don't even come from plants? Like,
not at all. He don't need protein, and he bigger than all of us. He eating green leaves. Yeah. Whatever protein they say exists, got to exist in that.
Yeah.
That is a westernized formula that's man-made in a laboratory. How can a white substance help me with my proper nutritional value? You want minerals, such as that sea moss you just took. That's going to provide you with more minerals than that white substance. And
so what about like vitamins and fish oil? Is that any good?
They have their job that they do. When you have black seed oil, why use fish oil? There's always great alternative. And the great alternative is always what? That plant goes into the ground and it extracts all the minerals from the ground, digest them, and then we take that and digest it and get all the minerals that it. You know there's no.
That's a fact. It's like people keep thinking that they're supposed to be, I guess, intoxicated themselves with all this damn bottled water or faucet water. Like, at the end of the day, I know we grew up on that shit, the water in the holes and all that shit, but at the end of the day, right? None of that shit is really good for us. How many people haven't died from drinking too much water? Like, let's be real. The water that we're supposed to be intaking is supposed to be coming from the fruits. H3O is what we're supposed to be intaking, but we're not.
It's the meat industry's dirty secret, a way of turning the scraps too small to sell as a premium steak back into a juicy, plump eye fillet to sell for a premium price. So clever, you'll never tell. Not even an expert can.
Before, you didn't even pick that as a join, though, did you?
It doesn't even tear through the joint. Bit hard to tell, isn't it? I've just got some fine diced beef and my special enzyme. I'm just going to mix it up a bit.
Why have we got the masks on?
This is dangerous.
What's crazy is, right, he got to wear a glove and mask to mix this stuff into that meat. You watching this, right? Would you think that that's something safe to put into your body? And that's what they're putting in the meats they put out here to sell for us to consume. I'm glad, yo. Damn, somebody in the chat asked a good question. Does halal meat have this? And not in my chat, on the chat over here. I've never even thought about that. I gotta go research that. Does halal meat have this? I'm about to research it. I never thought about it. But either way, listen, man, I gotta get my kids to stop eating meat all the way. Like, I got them there half and half. I'm starting to get them to eat, fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. But I can't get them off the damn chicken and off the damn beef. They love freaking spaghettis and they love burgers. It's like, oh.
See that? Don't breathe that in.
This powder is transglutamase enzyme, otherwise known as meat glue. Meat glues come in a number of forms, some produced by cultivating bacteria, the others, the primary ingredient comes from the blood plasma of pigs and cattle.
Ew.
Specifically, the coagulant which causes blood to clot. In the food industry, it has amazing properties.
I mean, I think that kind of answers it, because if it has pig blood in it, I doubt that the halal meat is going to have it, right? Because mostly the Muslims eat the halal meat. They're the only ones I know that really do eat. Anybody who's Muslim, I know that is known for buying halal. So it's kind of like, I doubt that it's going to have it, because they're not supposed to eat swine. And if it has it, then are they going to start doing something about it? Because that goes against the religion. For real, for real. Whew, I'm wondering now.
A little bit here, about a teaspoonful.
Yep.
Just over the top like that. And with our gloves on, of course, we mix it up.
Then roll it in plastic film.
Oh, cutting edge is like my kids. He like burgers. Shit, my kids is them damn burgers. And listen, man, homemade or frozen. I've listened ever since I watched that movie American Savage, I stopped eating burgers. Like when I saw in that movie that they were killing teens to make burgers, I mean, to make the ground beef that they take, into the stores and stuff like that, to the restaurants, I got grossed out. I couldn't eat. I couldn't. Nope. I couldn't. I'm like, listen, man, you don't understand. It's like now I look at ground beef and it's like mystery meat to me. Like I question that shit. So I just can't wait for my kids to get off the habit of eating burgers and spaghetti. Like at least if they're gonna eat the spaghetti, let it be pasta. No meat in it, man. Please, please, please. But and it's funny. He said yo, man, listen, I used to be the burger queen. And what I mean by the burger queen, I used to love eating burgers. Like I wouldn't eat no type of meat. Like they couldn't get me to eat no meat at all growing up, right? Like then I got older, met my baby pops, right? Had to cook for him. And then I don't know, for some reason, he liked the homemade burgers. That's when I really started getting, used to eating beef and all that stuff. I don't know. I liked the cheeseburgers and stuff like that. So that's what I made the most. I got hooked on them Jones for a minute. I was known for the fucking Burger Queen. Real shit. I wouldn't eat nothing but burgers at all. Like it was bad. I'm glad because I started gaining weight. Then when I stopped, I lost that weight. It's not good. Beef is not good for you. Their way is way strict or malicious. Rachel, actually, can you give me any pointers to eat healthier alternative in regards to burgers? I only had one sometimes to treat days a week, and usually I want to smash down a burger and some fries. Shit. Listen, I think like I like my burgers natural, right? But I haven't really eaten meat because I'm trying to go more towards keep it as the veggies and the fruits and stuff like that. Like, and I also think about it like this: like, if the grill was to go down and shit like that, like, we really gonna have to like not just portion, but we're not gonna be able to eat the way we used to eat. Man, I'm sure as hell not going out there killing no deers. I cried when Bambi mom died on the movie. Shit. I'm good. Like, I think basically like the bull was saying on the video earlier, like you see how the gorillas eat, like they get their protein from plants and stuff like that. We can get the same proteins the same way. And at the end of the day, like if you look at it, right, allegedly we wasn't meant to be eating, these animals and stuff like that. I think it's certain animals that we're allowed to eat, right? And it's more plants, more herbs, more veggies, and fruits and stuff like that that we're supposed to eat as humans. One to not to get stronger, healthier, and live longer. I don't make veggie burgers and none of that because it's like to me like you still have to put certain seasonings and stuff to make it taste like these burgers, and it's like it's not really a veggie burger if you're adding all this other stuff that I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. I don't eat none of that. I'm real simple. Yeah. Tay eats word, can you leave Tay's link? Facts. Can you leave Tay eats link down below so that Cutting Edge can go check her out? You gotta go check out Tay Eats. She does make that. Yeah, like to me it's like I don't consider it veggie. Like it's like listen, when you go to the restaurants, right, and they're cooking they're saying they're cooking this vegan food and stuff like that, but they're cooking it on top of a grill where they just put pork or they just put beef or I'm like, do y'all know that the grease and the stuff y'all using still contains animals? Like I'm not trying to be a bitch, but it's like y'all know y'all still mixing all that stuff in it. It's not vegan no more. Like so yeah, Tay Eats could really make some vegan food without all that extra stuff that people be doing. For real, for real. Like you gotta watch her. She be doing them mukbangs. I don't know what to call them. But make sure you check her out, yo. She got a great channel. But let's continue.
And refrigerate. 6 hours later.
And what's crazy, right? This is called the meat industry's hidden ingredient. 6 hours later, you have a solid piece of meat. And what's crazy is damn, like that's why a lot of farmers and stuff like that say that the meat that we buy from the stores and the markets ain't real meat. And when you go to like the out of the when you go to certain places and stuff like that, that people that that farm and they cut their own meat and stuff like that, they say the same shit. It's like, oof, don't they get you to think? All this that they do just to give you a piece of steak to look like a steak straight from a farmer's market.
Later, you have a solid piece of meat.
And essentially, you've got a reborn, rebirth thigh fillet.
More or less, yeah.
And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken are all stuck back together using this glue.
Are you just shaking your head?
A little bit.
None of this is safe.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
This cube roll we bought from a wholesaler that produces stuck-together steaks en masse. Their effort's so good, James, our butcher, couldn't tell even when it was raw. It's even harder in the restaurant, which are some of the biggest users of glued meat. And chances are, unless you're a vegetarian, you're eating it on a regular basis. But with current labelling laws, neither butchers nor your local eatery have to tell you you're eating chicken glued together with cow's blood or beef held together by pig.
We had no idea how guarded a secret this was until we started contacting.
Yo, that is crazy. If all the restaurants do this and by law they don't have to tell you, but now they let this video out, right? And if you're Muslim or something like that, wouldn't this be a nice little lawsuit towards the restaurants? Like, I want to know, what the hell am I eating? Is the meat that you're using, being processed? Is it being, mixed up with any other type of, meats? I don't eat pork. You see where I'm coming from? Shit, I would sit here and I would do it. Like, if I know that I don't eat swine because it hits my stomach wrong, like, listen, man, I can't eat pork at all. Even when I was little, I'll be throwing up. Listen, man, you don't understand. Like, I can't eat pork. I don't understand how. I don't know how people eat pork. Let me shut up, right? Because I don't bash. I don't judge people. So let me, But it's just crazy. It gets me to start questioning stuff. I question everything, for real, for real. If it don't make sense, I'm going to question it. And if people know about this, why isn't something being done? Right?
Contacting restaurateurs and butchers to ask them about the use of meat glue. Many of them didn't want to speak for fear of upsetting their suppliers, creating bad blood in an industry that has become very clever at using this product.
For those of y'all that missed it, I will play it again.
It's the meat industry's dirty secret, a way of turning the scraps too small to sell as a premium steak back into a juicy, plump eye fillet to sell for a premium price. So clever, you'll never tell. Not even an expert can.
Before, you didn't even pick that as a join, though, did you?
It doesn't even tear through the joint. Bit hard to tell, isn't it? I've just got some fine diced beef and my special enzyme. I'm just going to mix it up a bit.
Why have we got the masks on?
This is dangerous. See that? Don't breathe that in.
This powder is transglutamase enzyme, otherwise known as meat glue. Meat glues come in a number of forms, some produced by cultivating bacteria, the others, the primary ingredient comes from the blood plasma of pigs and cattle, specifically the coagulant which causes blood to clot. In the food industry, it has amazing properties.
So just got a little bit here, about a teaspoonful.
Yep.
Just over the top like that. And with our gloves on, of course, we mix it up.
Then roll it in plastic film and refrigerate. 6 hours later, you have a solid piece of meat.
And essentially, you've got a reborn, rebirth thigh fillet.
More or less, yeah.
And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken are all stuck back together using this glue.
Are you just shaking your head?
A little bit. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
This cube roll we bought from a wholesaler that produces stuck-together steaks en masse. Their effort's so good, James, our butcher, couldn't tell even when it was raw. It's even harder in the restaurant, which are some of the biggest users of glued meat. And chances are, unless you're a vegetarian, you're eating it on a regular basis. But with current labelling laws, neither butchers nor your local eatery have to tell you you're eating chicken glued together with cow's blood or beef held together by pig.
We had no idea how guarded a secret this was until we started contacting restaurateurs and butchers to ask them about the use of meat glue. Many of them didn't want to speak for fear of upsetting their suppliers, creating bad blood in an industry that has become very clever at using this product.
In New South Wales, new labelling regulations have just been introduced to help consumers choose quality meat, but it's not compulsory. So for most of us, picking a quality piece of meat is still a shot in the dark. It's the meat
We cannot fully identify a gender of a person right when we see them, so therefore I believe that it is not within my own individual liberty to gender that person.
The answer is that in 99.8%, 99.9% of cases, you absolutely can gender somebody based on looking at them.
You can't really describe.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. He said you cannot tell. Like, okay, so when y'all look at me, are y'all confused if I'm a male or a female? Because I'm not. If I look in the mirror, I know I'm a female. And when I look at a male outside in the street, I know he's a male. I know when a woman is pretending to be a man, you see? And I know when a man is pretending to be a woman. I mean, you could tell. I don't know if y'all could tell. Can y'all tell? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Someone without sex characteristics and gender them into something.
Well, I mean, you can based on primary sex characteristics if you can see their genitals. Doctors do this
What?
literally at birth all the time. But your point is correct. If somebody was male dressed as a female and I misgendered them and then they said, oh, look, I'm male, zip, right? Then I would say correct. And then correct, I would say for all of you.
I mean, the neck would tell you if it's a male trying to be a female. I mean, it's the Adam's apple alone. Like the features, you know, in the face alone would tell. Like, y'all know there's a difference between a male chin and a female chin, right? How big it is. Even the heads, the size of the head. I mean, listen, whatever.
Human history, you're a male. So the problem I have with the transgender argument, I can have every single biological characteristic of a male, and if I say I am female, then I am female. This is anti-scientific nonsense. If you want to say that there's a genetic male with feminine characteristics, we're fine. That's a male with feminine characteristics.
Right.
Fine. That's fine. You're a man with feminine characteristics. That's cool. Who cares? That doesn't make you a woman.
That's
we cannot
true.
fully identify a gender of a person.
I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that is true. So true. And like, damn, at the end of the why is this so hard? Yeah. I mean, listen, if it's hard for people to understand, I feel as though that, like, I'm starting to believe Candace on this. This transgender thing is like more of a mental health condition. But maybe I'm wrong.
The vaccines are safe, easy to take, and they can protect you.
It was Judy Roberts. She was perfectly healthy, an active woman, when in November of 1976, she took her shot. 2 weeks later, she says, she began to feel a numbness starting up her leg. The diagnosis? A neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS for short. Judy Roberts' paralysis confined her mostly to a wheelchair for over a year.
Oh, wow.
So you will now have a legacy of braces on your legs for the rest of your life.
Yes, the weakness in my hands will stay, and the leg braces.
I told Judy to take the shot. She wasn't going to take it. She never had shots. And I'm mad with my government because they knew the facts, but they didn't release those facts because if they had released them, the people wouldn't have taken it. They can come out tomorrow and tell me there's going to be an epidemic, and they can drop off like flies next to me. I will not take another shot that my government tells me to take.
The vaccines are safe, easy to take.
Don't it remind y'all of something? Like, it's history repeating itself. Same thing that happened in 2019 happened back in 1975. I mean, history is repeating itself. The same thing that, you know, the same thing happened in 2019. People started taking it because, you know, they told them they had to. And some were, you know, falling ill to it, not here no more. May they have peace in paradise. Others had different types of, you know, effects with them. History repeating itself.
Fasting is nothing, but a dry fast is when you don't eat or drink. The longest I never did dry fast in close to a month, about 3 weeks. No food, no water. When your cell breaks in half, it releases hydrogen. What do we breathe in? Oxygen. Hydrogen to oxygen is what? Water. We create our own water. When the body don't have nothing to eat, it start eating up all your bad cells.
Were there any hard times where you did
I always want to give up, but that's where we pray. That's when you tap into something spiritual. That's when you ask the Creator to give you this strength to continue this fast. When everybody coming around, you ain't told nobody you fasting, but everybody, you hungry, you want to eat something, that's when you understand this shit spiritual, it's not just physical.
Do you get the compliments when you don't even say anything and say, man, something's changed?
Look at me. I look like a different person. All of this come from fasting. What you see, the cure, fasting is.
Shit, I feel you, Kevin Gates. People always gonna say something. See, a shorty don't like eating a lot, and I eat small portions. Sometimes I really don't want to eat, and I listen like screw it. Like I just want some water. I may just drink juice, or I just might have some fruit. You ain't human. How can you eat so little? You eat like a bird. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Da-da-da-da. Like what's wrong with eating normal? To me, it's normal. I feel as though that people eat with greed. Like their eyes is bigger than their stomach or something. I don't know. Like because it's like the way certain people eat is like some people eat like they could eat for 3 people. And I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to understand it. Like your stomach don't hurt after you eat. Like no wonder half y'all be in the bathroom taking shits all day, right? Shit. Complaining about your stomach and all that. Fuck. Farting and SEPTA all day. Like that's why the SEPTA buses be stinking. Y'all be filling up y'all plates, and then when y'all get to them buses, y'all gotta let all that air out. Ugh, y'all be killing motherfuckers.
Can men get pregnant?
Mr. Chairman?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
This bitch tripping. Hold up. Wait the fuck a minute. Men can't get pregnant. They cannot get pregnant. They can't, okay? A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Now, the only way that a man can get pregnant, right? Is if he was a hermaphrodite, right? And he decided to just remove the penis, right? Or remove the vagina, keep the penis, try to, pretend to be a man and somehow found a way to get pregnant, right? But how? Can't push it through the penis. Now you have to sit here, C-section. Or unless it was a woman at one point and then, it decided to seal the vagina and add the penis. But a man is a man and a woman is a woman. And that's why I said the only way is if it's a hermaphrodite, right? And it decided to do the same thing, right? Remove the vagina and keep the penis, and it had female organs. But even if it was a hermaphrodite, it would have to have female organs. Once again, even if it was a hermaphrodite, it would have to have ovaries and much more to be able to get pregnant. But no, a man cannot get pregnant. Now, a man could sit here, his sperm, put it in a tube, freeze it up. A woman could sit here, go to a sperm bank, get it, boom, get pregnant. Or a woman can sit here and have sex with a man and get pregnant. But a man cannot get fucking pregnant. A man gets a woman pregnant. Okay? And I'm not here to offend anybody. And if my opinion makes you feel some type of way, guess what? There's an exit button. Everywhere. There's a log out button. There's other channels that y'all can go watch.
Find what a woman is.
Relevance, point of order. Thank you very much.
It is relevant because you are speaking on behalf of a bill that involves pregnant women, and I would like to get your take on that.
I'm speaking in opposition to a bill related to the domestic violence against people who are pregnant.
Not people, woman. So I would like you to explain what, in your definition, what a woman is.
There are people who identify as different genders who are capable of getting pregnant. That is my position.
Blessings, Mel Dub.
I am not going to feed more into the bigotry of that question.
It's a sad day in our nation. Just a few short years ago, we knew what a woman was. It's insane where we're coming until we continue to push back on the idiocy that's out there as to men getting pregnant, people that cannot define what a woman is, and we have to keep telling the truth that God created them male and female, and real men protect real women, period. Can men get pregnant?
Hey, listen. Somebody in their chat said, is this a skit, a joke? Is this real? I mean, these are actual meetings that they have. I've reacted to a couple of them before. Like, somebody said, did she really say yes? Yeah, the chick really said yes, a man can get pregnant. Like, she's that delusional. Like, I don't listen, man. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's going on with the Democrat Party, because mostly I see this coming from the Democrat Party. Shit.
George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, excuse me, are we going to take down statues to George Washington? How about Thomas Jefferson? What do you think of Thomas Jefferson? You like
He love black women, though.
Okay, good. Are we going to take down the statue? Because he was a major slave owner. Now we're going to take down his statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history. You're changing culture. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay?
That's true.
And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. George Washington was a slave owner.
I mean, I don't know about the neo-Nazis and stuff, but about the George Washington and everything else, yeah. But I don't know about the end of that, statement. That's a fact. But yo, he got a good point. Hate him or love him, this man makes a point on this video. I don't know what y'all think, but he makes a great point. That's all I'm saying.
And guess what I found? That there's only one disease, not two, not three, one. What did you say? I said, Your Honor, there's only one disease. The judge said, what is it? I said, you already know. She said, try me. I said, Your Honor, when someone has sinusitis, what is obstructing the nasal passage? She said, mucus. And when another has bronchitis, what is obstructing the bronchial tubes? She said, mucus.
That's true.
And when another has pneumonia, what's covering the cells of the lungs? She said, mucus. Jumped up and said, what about AIDS? He want to know where the mucus. I said, Your Honor, have you been to an AIDS ward? She said, yes. I said, what is it that the AIDS spits up every 5 minutes? She said, mucus. Where is the mucus? It's in the skin, it's in the blood, and the lymphatic system that makes up the immunological system. That is where you find the mucus, Mr. Victor Herbert.
Facts. So somebody, I guess, was trying to be a smart ass. They said, so what's the cure for mucus? Somebody in the chat, somebody answered them and said, black seed oil. I wonder if that's true. I mean, if anybody knows how to, how can I say, heal the mucus, right? Or cure the mucus, whatever, so that you don't be having like pneumonia, asthma, and all that shit. Like, does black seed oil and sea moss, soursop, tea leaves? What in the world is soursop, tea leaves? Or is it soursop and then tea leaves? I have just, the same question as the boy right here. What's a good body cleanse? Fuck that. What the hell is soursop tea leaves?
I know my hands look ashy as fuck, but man, look at the straws at Crit Trip, man. And this ain't just only that straw. Watch, I'm about to open up a whole nother pack. Look, same shit. Grab a whole nother look. Ain't never. Watch this. Open it for y'all on camera. Look.
Yo, all them straws that he just opened up have some type of black particle in them. I think people gotta really start looking at their straws when they get them from places. Oof. Hey, play.
Hell no. All of them motherfuckers got this shit up in here. Stop getting these straws from Crit Trip, man. You don't know what the fuck you sipping up.
Man, I think start checking out any straw you get from anywhere. It doesn't matter what restaurant, store. Listen, check them straws.
I'm telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen.
Like the music industry is more snakier and more fucked up than the streets.
I'm fine if I lose to fucking Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that.
I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following, and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't fucking get us all here to use your selling point for your fucking show and stiff everybody every single fucking time.
Well, does he have a Grammy? Yet, the Grammys have brainwashed us into thinking for years that the Grammys are about what? Talent.
Man, the game is fucking bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't.
I asked the question. I just have one question, right? They all say the same thing, but I wonder why don't they ever walk away from the industry? They all keep going back until, they're not here no more.
Become a part of the game.
It's going down, baby. It's going to be terrible. Record sales are going to get worse. Worse till they just amount to nothing. Oh, I'm just going to take my money and leave. I'm just going to run. I'm going to get what's left.
When you
50 Cent, you lied. You say you gonna get your money and leave. You still in the industry. If it's that bad and that's that terrible, right? I know it is. Why y'all keep going back is my question. I ain't selling my soul for no money.
When you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world, there's three different doors, right? There's three different ways to walk. To the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. You went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the home shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice going on right there.
You can't make it to the real party because somewhere, if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process.
Yeah.
Because,
Are you saying
yeah, go ahead.
somebody at G-Unit tried to get you, bro?
See, look,
I think, did he walk away or is he still in there? Sometimes I question it because he still, shows up in certain, interviews, but they say he owns his own shit, that he's not a part of the industry no more. But I don't know. I question it sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I still question it.
trying to sensationalize it.
But shout out to Mad Monk. That's a good question. Did Master P walk away?
What I'm saying is,
I'm trying to figure it out.
What I just told you. When you in this business, right, and you got talent, they want you because you got influence. So if you got the potential to be influential, they want you. Not because you're talent, because they could use you as a tool to push their agenda.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates. The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons. It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employees had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies.
They tell us to our face and we ignore it. And I'm just speaking in general. But if the shoe fits, hey, wear that bitch. But in some real shit, they tell us to our face what they're going to do. They say it.
And as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. My daze was interrupted when someone shouted, "Is this a fucking joke?"
I'm telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems.
Yo, I mean, I guess people want to keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
So everyone is talking about Miley Cyrus's voice in this clip.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
There's thousands of comments saying she sounds old and nothing like she used to.
I wasn't giving up until they basically gave me the part, so I was like, maybe if I'm annoying enough, they'll finally just...
But there's a reason Miley sounds like this. She actually struggles with a medical condition.
Your voice was different.
It's definitely changed. I kind of learned a lot about the voice and how our experiences affect our voice. I had a surgery in November on my voice. I had something called racheal edema, which when my doctor told me about it, he said, no one shy ever has this. This is for abuse of the voice. This is for people that talk way too fucking much. And usually this happens when you're like in your 60s or 70s.
How do I not have that?
So years of overusing her voice has actually damaged her vocal cords. And it makes sense considering she's been singing and acting since she was just a little girl. So everyone is talking about...
Yeah, smoking does change your voice, and Miley smokes. So I think it's just way more than the singing. I think her smoking habits had a part to do with it.
Why should I believe that Jesus was resurrected?
Because the historical evidence is that he really died and he really rose from the dead.
Medical records, and I'll believe it. Okay, you show me Jesus Christ's medical chart, I'll buy into it. I'll be a Christian today.
Man, they didn't keep medical records in the first century.
Oh, that's so convenient, isn't that? That's wonderful.
No, rather, it's real convenient for you to say, knowing full well they didn't keep medical records in the first century. It's so convenient for you to say, all right, if you give me the medical records, then I'll believe. Talk about convenient. Give me a break. Come on, man, let's be honest. How convenient of you to say, unless we have it on Polaroid film, I can't believe it. Knowing full well they didn't have Polaroid film in the first century. How convenient of you to say, well, show me the medical records from NYU Hospital, and then I'll believe Jesus rose from the dead. Knowing full well NYU Hospital did not exist in the first century. Come on, man. Homer, Herodotus, Sophocles, Plato, Aristotle. Show me the medical records for them, will you? Historical knowledge is not based on medical records, man. It's based on the trustworthiness of eyewitness testimony. And the eyewitnesses is that Herodotus and Aristotle.
That's why it's called history. She asked a question. He answered, and I guess he humbled her ass quick as shit, yo. Hey, that's what they say. Be careful what you ask for, because, sometimes you don't really want the answer to what you're asking for.
Aristotle and Cicero and Virgil really lived. They're not just figments of people's fertile imagination. And the historical evidence is that Jesus really lived, really died, and really rose from the dead. And eyewitnesses saw him risen from the dead. And they wrote what they saw. That's historical knowledge.
Why should I believe that Jesus was resurrected?
Because the historical evidence is...
He humbled her ass fast as shit. She had nothing else to say. She was quiet as a bird. Let me see. I don't know if this is true, but this is what they're saying. It says, doctors need you to be a returning customer. He was killed for exposing the truth. What is the truth? It says, Kobe Bryant was found of shayat, a natural plant resin, because it had incredible health advantages such as preventing and curing cancer. He was taking legal action against 3 large pharmaceutical companies for ignoring shayat research, but he died 3 days before to his own court date. He simply wanted his fans to know about the power of nature. Oh shit. So they trying to say that, he died for trying to expose the truth about cancer? I mean, it's a lot being said. They say that he sacrificed himself or he got sacrificed. That, they're saying, I believe this more.
At the time, we just was never privy to it. We never had access to that sort of information.
I call it the room with the door behind it. You never get to that door. We always got to the first door. Yeah. We were so excited about being in that room that we never looked at the next door, right? I'm gonna stop right here. We're back. This is still Heart to Heart, and I'm still talking to Jay-Z. There's a moment in time.
At the time, we just was never privy to it. We never.
They're saying Kevin Hart slips up and talks about the Illuminati. He does. I mean, I guess he's talking about, that door. Jay-Z still quiet. I don't know. Jay-Z look like, should I answer? Should I not answer? I don't know.
People watching that may not know who I am. My friends know me. I'm an independent film producer. I've been in Hollywood for about 20 years. I started my film career in Remember the Titans. Worked at Senator International, later Mandate Pictures under the producers who did Juno, The Grudge, Harold and Kumar, Stranger Than Fiction, and eventually The Hunger Games when they went back into Lionsgate. This is a bigger problem because most people know in that world, and the world that I come from in Hollywood, that it is a hidden layer that everybody knows is there. When the Me Too movement started in 2017, I reached out to several of my female actress friends who were prominent in LA. You would know them by name. Many of them you would know by just their look, because you go, oh, that was her in that movie or that movie. And I said, well, what about the children? What about the children? And the response was, we know. But they were silent on it. And it destroyed me because it destroyed my illusion of what rights, human rights were, children's rights were. This is a child abuse system that we have been living in for a very long time, and it's been allowed to go on. And I will not be silent about this because it affects every single one of us. The people on television who smile at you, who tell you stories, who give you news, are the ones who hide all of this from us. They are not talking about the real issues. They are distracting you with division issues.
Yeah,
this is a unification issue. When the Maxwell files came out 48 hours ago, I went on MSNBC, I went on CNN.com, and I looked at every single one of their headlines, and there was no mention of it whatsoever. They were talking about John Lewis's funeral. They were talking about Obama versus Trump, all of the bullshit that you and I hear every single day. And it doesn't matter what side of the political equation you're on this. This is a child issue. This is a human issue. This is not a political issue. It has nothing to do with left versus right, Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative, or anything you are or you identify with as in between. We are faced with a crisis of consciousness among the leadership of our banking institutions, of our media corporations, of the Hollywood entertainment industry, of the music industry. This is not about a bunch of young women who were having sex with older men and make it about a bunch of perverts. They raped and tortured these girls against their own free will, no matter whether they paid them or not. If you read the articles and you listen to what Ghislaine Maxwell said about the girls that she picked up in West Palm Beach's trailer parks, she was asked, what about the young girls? What are we going to do to them? What's going to happen to them? She said, they are trash. They are nothing. That's a direct quote from the New Yorker. When I went and looked at edge.org, which you can find out was a multi-billionaire club of people that was financed by Jeffrey Epstein, you can go to edge.org today, look up under people.
Yo, he exposed these people. John Paul Rice, the producer of Hunger Games. Let me see. What happened to John Paul Rice? Is he still alive? Oh, wow. He passed away at the age of 70. How? That looks like a young person over there. let me see. Is the producer John Paul Rice still alive from the Hunger Games? Now this is him. Okay, so I found the right one. He was born December 25th, 1997. He passed away June 14th, 2021. Oh, wow. So after exposing this man passes away. Ain't this some shit? He became a whistleblower, and today he's not here. Damn, may he have rest in peace. He exposed to human trafficking.
People and go to G. You'll see Bill Gates on there as a contributing member of that organization. And you'd have to go back in the Wayback Machine and Internet Archives to look at all the other people. Jeffrey Epstein.
Fast, Mad Monk. Shirley Temple was abused by many executives, and that's a shame, man. She was a little girl. Like, it's sure a lot happens in Hollywood, and guess what? I guess they don't see color in Hollywood. This is crazy. And what I mean by that, when it comes to the human trafficking, wow. Like, it doesn't matter if they white, black, Hispanic, they all get used, abused. Like, wow. This is crazy. I mean, I don't know what made me think to see if he was alive, but this made me feel like he was whistleblowing a lot of stuff. John Paul Rice, producer of Hunger Games and much more. I mean, I remember watching part 1 and part 2 of the Hunger Games. This is crazy. So he did this video and he's not here no more. May he have peace in paradise.
He was right on there. Marina Abramovich is on there. Paul Allen was on there. All the heads of major industries were on there.
That's why.
And if you start reading some of the articles, one of which I have a direct link to that I will share with anybody who DMs me, there was a direct quote on there that said, "Indeed, human beings are, in our youngest years, among the most useless creatures in all of the animal kingdom."
Wow.
This is how they view children, through science. This is their expression. These are people who have no ground to tell you what to think, what to do. So when they get up there and they start espousing their views on social justice or whatever the hell it is, know that you're hearing a controlled and scripted dialogue that is going through a filter by people who are very powerful, who hold a lot of money, and they are controlling and conditioning all of these people through pedophilia. And there's another layer to it, but it's too unbelievable to believe that they would also sacrifice kids. And I'll give you one statistic that you can look up and verify for yourself. If you go to UNICEF and you look up child sex trafficking or human trafficking, you'll find a statistic globally, worldwide, according to the United Nations, that 40 million people a year are trafficked around this world. 40 million. It's a $150 billion a year industry, for which has very dark and ugly ties. And it goes all the way up into Wall Street and beyond. But I will say this, 5.5 million children every year are trafficked around the world. 5.5 million, most of whom don't live past age 7 or 8, which means they have to replenish that supply chain.
Blessings, we on Lock Nation. Yo, this is crazy, man. I consider him a whistleblower. Because me looking it up, me Googling everything, there's a whole, like, damn. He really passed away after he said what he said on that video. He passed away June 14, 2021. This is crazy. Shout out to We on Lock Nation. We on Lock Nation. You can leave your link down there so people can go check you out. This is deep.
They harvest organs of children on a black market. In China right now, there are concentration camps for young Muslims to the tune of 1 million people. Nobody's talking about this as modern day slavery. They are beating these people, they are re-indoctrinating them, and they are raping their wives to start a new bloodline. That's happening right now in China. You can find that on the Washington Post or the New York Times. Nobody else is saying anything about it in our politics, in our mainstream news. Nobody's talking about it. It is
I didn't even know
slavery
about
of
this until
human
now.
beings is going on today, and it must stop. And it is a
I didn't even know about this until now. So this was happening around 2020 because this is when he exposed this. He passes away in 2021. So, I mean, I don't know about Chaw. Even though he's the producer of the Hunger Games, he spoke a lot on this video. We 6 minutes, 26 seconds in. It's an 8-minute, 43-minute video, and it's probably longer. But this clip right here, let alone, he gave a lot of information on what they was doing. This shit be deep, I be telling y'all. But I definitely did not know about what was going on in what he said, Asia or China. Let me go back a little bit.
They're raping their wives to start a new bloodline. That's happening right now in China.
China.
You can find that on the Washington Post or the New York Times. Nobody else is saying anything about it in our politics, in our mainstream news. Nobody's talking about it. It is slavery of human beings is going on today, and it must stop, and it is a child abuse issue. All of these kids that were preyed upon, many of them came from bad homes. That's not their fault. But these predators, they come after our children because they can offer them things. They can offer them alcohol, they can offer them money, they can offer them drugs to lure them in. And suddenly, as you will find out if you read the Maxwell testimony, you'll find that what they were doing is they were saying, they asked Ghislaine Maxwell, well, did you ever talk to her about money that she could earn about giving a hand job or sexual favors to Epstein? And she went through this long explanation. Well, we discussed career advice and I advised her and possibly, told her that where she could advance her career. That's as far as she would go. And then her lawyer cut her off. These people don't give a shit about anybody. And they get up there and they smile in front of you, and they are infiltrated throughout all of our institutions, including government. They own the politicians, right and left. What we are going to find out very soon is that there aren't Democrats and Republicans in the United States government. There's a unified cabal of controlled people who serve these powers, and they keep the theater going for you and I to run back and forth and vote every 4 years. I have watched horror story after horror story, and I promise you this is true. Go on YouTube and find Anake Lucas.
Anake Lucas?
Who was a child sex slave at 6 years old for the elite. And she will describe to you, she also gave a TED Talk on this, but this was in 2016. She talked about the block of wood that she saw with the stains of blood of children on it. The predators are not just raping and having sex and torturing and beating these kids. They're murdering them for pleasure. This is not a pedophile. These are psychopaths. And they have no remorse whatsoever in what they're doing. People watching that may not know who.
Oh, this is crazy. Wow. Give me 1 second. I didn't know that they was doing that in China. Some of the stuff that he spoke on, I knew about. I mean, I know we all know what happens in Hollywood. We know the world is a stage. I mean, I don't get tired of telling people that the the left and the right work for the same motherfuckers. People get mad when I say that, right? Whoo, that's deep. That's deep. Shout out to We On Lock Nation. That's crazy because he brought this up the other day. He was like, does anybody ever wonder what happened to the whistleblowers? And it's crazy, yeah, since the pandemic started, it's like That's why I agreed with him and I said it. Like, I feel as though like a lot of them just like disappeared after they say what they say. And we never hear from them ever again. Ever. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purposes such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this video or any video, including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, do not reflects on the opinions of your shorty Racheal and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only. This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one. We'll do Mad Monk. I will look it up. Blessings, realest blessings. How you doing this morning? Sure, this should be getting deep, yo. How long I've been on here? An hour and 21. All right, I'm gonna end it at 2 hours. Yo, this should be deep.
No, you can come this way. No. You can come this way. I have an officer. I have an officer here at my You're gonna break the passenger window? You're gonna break the passenger window where my children are? Are you serious? Are you serious? Yes? I'm not getting out of the car. Let me say camera.
Step out of the car now.
For what reason, sir?
Because you're being detained right now.
Why am I being detained?
Oh shit, that's a man. I thought I was an old woman. It's a whole man the whole time. Real shit.
I'm not debating this through the window. Step out of the car, I'll break your window and drag you out. I don't want to do that. You have a choice here.
Can you hear them?
You have a choice. You either open the door or I break your window and pull you out. It's your choice.
Yes.
You got about 5 seconds. 4, 3.
You need to slow down before you get a lawsuit, sir. You're gonna get a lawsuit, sir. You're about to break my window. He just broke my window. He just broke my window with all my children in the car. Record. I have glass all over me. Wow.
Yo, cops could be assholes. I'm telling y'all.
Quiet. Wow. Wow. Don't. Are you recording? Let her go. Shut up, okay? Unlock that fucking door, my God. You shut up. I'm not resisting. No. I'm not resisting. Get my glasses again. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Get your head off my neck. I can't breathe. You can breathe. No, I can't. Relax. Are you recording this? Yes. Look at my legs. Look at me. Record. Look at my face. Record my face. Record my face. Let go. Why are you grabbing me? No,
Back up. Take her in the car.
No, back up.
Put her in
Yo.
Don't touch me.
Back up.
They're gonna arrest you next, lady.
No, you just choked me. Yes, you did.
You want to go too?
I want to go. I'm 15. You gotta
I
follow
don't
me.
care. Okay, we
You
can
don't
take
care?
you to jail, right? We can take you to jail too.
Oh, really?
I don't want to do that.
You just choked my sister. I'm the one that's
No.
Wait, is that a man or a woman? I'm still trying to figure it out. It looked like he or she could have a size 8 cup, but they said sir. Then for a second the voice got deep. Then listen, I'm not even gonna sit here and break my head on this one.
You just choked me.
Ma'am, I pushed
No.
Okay, don't yell at me.
No. Don't tell her not to yell. You just choked my sister. Okay. And you're not going to tell me that I want to go to. I'm 15 years old. You got to follow me. Go ahead and handle it.
Listen, okay? The issue here...
No.
It's a man. I'm not debating the issue with those.
Then don't. I'm 15 years old. Don't fuck with me.
All right. Then back up and stand right here. Is that simple? Just stay with the kid.
Me, honestly, I wish I could see what happened before. Like, I wish they would have been recording before. Like, why did they get stopped? What happened? I mean, do they have a search warrant? Because they're taking out the passenger, not the driver. So if they did have a search warrant, she should have just came out knowing she had kids in the car. Because it's kind of odd that they're taking the passenger and not the driver. So I don't know. I'm just a little curious. Random thought.
What? She just hit mom in the face. She just hit mom in the face. She smacked her. And he choked me, Daddy. I just caught you on video smacking her. No, I just caught you on video smacking my mom. And he choked me, too.
Back up.
Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Behind your back.
Daddy, they're detaining our hennies.
So they're arresting the 15-year-old now?
Oh
my fuck? You're not even resisting. Wait a minute, but the young boy not even resisting. No, something off with the cops. See, now I'm questioning the cops. Because what the young boy do? Listen, I don't know. This shit is crazy. You got like a warrant for the young You're gonna lock up the babies too.
You need to step back. You need to step back.
Don't talk to me like that. Come here, mommy. Come here. Come here.
Them kids is gonna hate cops when they get older.
Ruby! Tell her to jump over the seat. Huh? She's already in the car and they haven't anything handcuffed.
Oh, it sounds like the shorty recording with one phone and is calling her dad from the other phone. I mean, I guess they was looking for the woman. I'm not sure, right? Because I didn't see what happened before the video. I hate when they upload videos like this, but they do. So I have to sit here and try to like be a detective. There must be another video somewhere, which I will find, and I'll put 2 and 2 together. Like the body cam got to be somewhere, the body camera video. So hey, I guess I'll put 2 and 2 together whenever I get a chance. But something's a little off, right? Like they didn't arrest the driver, they arrested the lady in the passenger side. Then they came in, they arrested the 15-year-old. But they was being assholes doing it too, though, with the 15-year-old. I don't know if with the passenger, it was because of her mouthing off and stuff like that. And, you know, they was there for her. Or, you know, they in the wrong as cops. I'm not sure because I don't know what was happening before. That's the only messed up part about watching videos like this.
Denny's, calm down. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. No, you can come this way.
Something was off.
I saw this meme on the internet that pointed to the fact that Oklahoma has a very weird border. It just has like a strip of land that's like perfectly rectangular. And it's just like, what's going on over there? So I reposted it, and a buddy of mine hit me up and said, you know why that is, right? slavery. So I said, I went down the black hole. Turns out there was something back in 1820 called the Missouri Compromise, and they basically established a border for slavery. It was the 3630 latitude line, and it basically said that any states above here can't have slaves. And Texas said, they literally shortened their borders and gave it to Oklahoma so that they can keep slavery. They ducked the parameters. Fun fact, look it up. Texas literally ducked the slave laws. American history. I saw this.
Shit, I didn't know that. If anybody knows that to be true, let me know. I'm still gonna research it. I didn't know Texas, ducked that. I'm definitely gonna look into it.
How long before TikTok's banned? Well, let me tell you what's going on with the TikTok. I have a very opinionated explanation for what is going on with TikTok.
Okay.
TikTok.
This video is old for anybody that's wondering. TikTok didn't get banned. The only question I have is, did they sell did they sell parts of TikTok? Did they sell TikTok? I don't think so. That they sold it. So I think they sold parts because, their guidelines is different and stuff like that now. So I don't know, but it's not banned. But this is an old video, and it's like, damn, this shit just threw me back to last year. It was about to be a whole war about them banning TikTok.
TikTok was eating Silicon Valley's lunch. They were taking all the ad money from Instagram, from Twitter, from Google. I'd say Google and Instagram, Facebook.
They still are.
Just killing it, knocking it out of the park.
They still are.
So look at who is saying, "Oh, it's China and they're tracking everything and it's Communist Party." Dude, Facebook tracks you, Google tracks you, everyone tracks you all over the place. But all of a sudden, TikTok is a problem.
Shit, the phone you carry next to you is the biggest tracker. Oops, my bad. Let me not say that.
No, it's because they're eating their lunch, and instead of competing, because they've tried, no one can seem to create the TikTok algorithm and the thing that they have going there. It's what people.
Nope. They can't. The lives be fun and everything. I haven't done a TikTok live in a while, but I ain't gonna sit here and lie that when I be on TikTok, it be fun as hell. Like there be some beef channels in that, John, but that's because they choose it like that. But other than that, like, it's mostly people on there, John, cooking, talking, they do the podcasting. They have debates. You see where I'm coming from? They have challenges. It's way different from YouTube. And I don't think YouTube, even with the shorts, can catch up to what TikTok is doing or try to imitate it or mimic it.
People want the quick hits, the sing-alongs, etc. So they decided to lobby politicians and come up with this scam.
How long before TikTok's banned?
Well, let me tell you what's going on with the TikTok. I have
I don't know what y'all think about TikTok. If y'all have a TikTok, if y'all like TikTok, to me, it's not that bad. I feel as though that, parents shouldn't be letting their kids on TikTok. And if you do let your kid on TikTok, you better monitor your kid real good. Like, don't take your eyes off your child while they on TikTok. They shouldn't have their own account. Unless they 18 or older. But on some real shit, your child is your child. I can't tell you to do what, with your child. Mine's personally, shit. Unless I approve the video, videos don't get uploaded online. I have to approve those videos. But not everybody is me. Blessings, Young Riaz. Blessings. All right. I got another 30 minutes left on this, John.
Simpsons predictions for 2023 that the government can't ignore. In the 9th episode of the 24th season, titled Homer Goes to Prep School, some believe that there is a grim prediction for what is to come as it relates to the economy. Basically, in this episode, Homer is at Moe's speaking about how he doesn't believe that society could stand a collapse. As Homer is speaking about this and voicing his opinions, another man overhears him and interjects with his opinion. This man agrees with Homer, but adds that there soon will be an economic disaster and that the United States would fall. Homer disagrees with that last bit, and this is when the man pulls out a video to show Homer. Turns out that this man is very clearly trying to lure Homer into his cult, as he shows him a video of the upcoming apocalypse that he believes is imminent and asks Homer to join his doomsday prep cult. Hopefully we're not all joining cults this new year, but unfortunately some people believe that with the new year will come an economic crash. And to be fair, outside of TV and The Simpsons, people everywhere are predicting that based on real life events as well. So it's not looking.
Listen, I don't think Simpsons be predicting stuff. I saw that what goes on in The Simpsons is them warning us. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. It's not really a prediction, and unless the world is mocking The Simpsons, for real, for real.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay. What's your question?
Why do girls rub their eyes when they wake up?
Huh?
Why do girls rub their eyes when they wake up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they have no balls to scratch.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! Oh shit!
Hey, Dad.
I ain't never, ever even thought about that. But on some real shit, kids say the darnest things like, why do girls scratch their eyes when they wake up? What the fuck? Who would have ever thought because they don't have no balls to scratch? Oh my fucking god, little young boy. I'm dead right now, yo.
So I'm currently trying to delete my Facebook, but I can't. You can only log out. There's no button that I can find to deactivate or delete my Facebook account. Anybody else experience? So I'm currently trying to delete.
I don't know. I don't know if he's doing this for clout, but if he is, there should be, a little lawsuit towards Facebook because you should have the deactivate button on your app or the delete, which, is never really deleted. I hope y'all know that. I learned that with MySpace. I deactivated my MySpace, and guess what? My account is still there. I can go see my MySpace. I can't log into it. I swear to God, I can't because I deactivated the John. But for some reason, my MySpace still exists. Real shit. I checked it out. Like, this shit was crazy when I saw that. I was like, get the fuck out of here. My MySpace is still available. But I could have sworn that I deactivated that John when I started Facebook. But I guess, they never really delete the shit. They keep it.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to get.
This senator just asked the dumbest question. Dude, I mean, obviously, right? If you got your phone, right, and you're on TikTok, right? If you turn on your Wi-Fi, it's going to access your Wi-Fi network. I mean, I guess this guy came from the age of the dragons. Real shit. Fuck the dinosaurs. He's antique.
Access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Yeah.
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate if you can answer that. Mr. Chu, does TikTok...
Yo, sometimes these senators be asking the dumbest questions, like... Yo, I'm done. Guys, yo, make sure y'all go check out We Unlock Nation. He is going to be doing a live on the topic is lost. The topic is Lost in the Wilderness Part 2. Make sure y'all go check him out. He be having some great ass topics and some great talking points, guys. Make sure y'all check him out.
CEO of TikTok today told us why the platform is so different in the U.S. compared to other parts of the world, but there was one name lawmakers mostly kept out their mouth. TikTok CEO Shou Chu was on display at a congressional hearing in front of Congress today, supposedly to answer lawmakers' questions. However, if you've ever watched a congressional hearing before, they're less about answers and more about grandstanding and making sound bites for the media in hopes that congressional members will get lots of post-game screen time. What made today unique was that it was a rare occasion where members from both sides of the aisle were unanimous about one thing, that they believe TikTok is at the center of or amplifies all things wrong with society and our kids, and that job is supposed to be reserved for American companies with lots of lobbyists. Very few acknowledge that this is less about TikTok and more about U.S. social media regulations. What we also didn't hear much about during the over 5.5 hours was the national security concerns that this was supposed to center around. And the national security concerns that they raised were not about what is, but what could be. The one name that lawmakers almost never mentioned was
Yo, and it's true though. Like they be having all these meetings and stuff like that, and they be failing to mention a lot of stuff, but they be on point with some of the shit they be be talking about. Shit, we got like maybe what 15 minutes left on this, John. Let's continue, y'all. See if we can get a couple more videos in before I log off this, John.
Would you ban TikTok?
I would. I think so.
Would you?
I think so. I mean, I think
From everybody in America.
I think it's a security risk. I think they are harvesting so much data on our citizens. There's a whole bunch of other apps and stuff that are out there. And honestly, Pierce, I got young kids. I don't want our kids on some of this stuff.
I mean, then you got the option to take them off the stuff. This is what I understand about parents, right? Like TikTok is the same thing as every other app: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, and it's up to the parents. For real, for real. Like, yo, you got the option. My daughter is not allowed to be on these apps by herself at all. I monetize everything she does on YouTube. Everything. Everything. And I don't care if she gets mad when I say you're not allowed to watch this. And I block what I don't want her to watch it. Listen, I tell YouTube, I don't want this to be recommended. This is not appropriate. You see where I'm coming from? Like, man, you got the options as a parent, but I guess some parents don't want those options.
Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed.
I mean, just like every other app, real shit. All the apps rely on that. The same. Listen, man, the same shit that all these other apps use, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, guess what? TikTok uses too.
Develop some tools where we look at their public profile.
Yo, they really went crazy in 2023 with this, yo. They really wanted to ban TikTok, yo, because I feel as though that their biggest thing about, banning TikTok was because TikTok was outbeating, it like really, like, for real, it was doing better than YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Amazon. Like, it was really beating them. And then to top it off, it was exposing shit. They didn't want shit to be out. Now, now the way the guideline is on TikTok is, you can't say certain stuff. Before it wasn't like that. They won't remove the video, but they'll take the sound away from it if you go against their guidelines. As in where YouTube will remove your video. You see where I'm coming from? And give you a strike.
To go through the videos that they post to see whether...
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
It's public. So if you post a video, you choose that video to go public.
I will be there. We on Luck Nation.
That's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about. Now, this is a real challenge for our industry because privacy versus age assurance is a really big problem.
Look, you keep talking about the industry. We're talking about TikTok. You keep talking about the industry. We're talking about TikTok here. We're talking about children dying. Do you know how many children have died because of this? Do you have any idea? Can you tell me?
Congressman, again, it's heartbreaking.
Can you tell me how many children in America have died because of challenges like this?
The majority of people who use our platform use it for...
You telling me challenges that parents started? I mean, not parents, my bad. Grown-ass adults started. Challenges that adults started and kids followed. So do you blame the app? I mean, the app shouldn't have allowed it, right? But who sits here and lets these kids do these grown ass challenges? Let's continue. Because I feel as though that the parents also got to say so in what their kids do and what they're allowed to do and not to do. But maybe I'm wrong.
Positive experiences.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, tell me the number of children, of U.S. children who have died because of these challenges.
Congressman, again, the majority of people who come on our platform get a good experience.
I know who owns TikTok. I know. Trust me.
Talking about the majority of children, I want to know a number.
Dangerous challenges are not allowed on our platform. If we find them, we will remove them. We take this very seriously.
Obviously, you found one today and you removed it. We had to bring it to your attention, and I know I'm out of time. Thank you for being here. Welcome again to the most bipartisan committee in Congress.
Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe.
Hey, why did it repeat? Shit. But yeah, I know who owns TikTok. Like, it's owned by the Chinese company ByteDance. That's why I said I was really, in tune with everything that they were saying. But people don't realize that the same companies that Instagram, Snapchat, and all of them use, Facebook, YouTube, guess what? Same companies that TikTok use. Same shit. All these apps use the same thing. All of them.
Let me start by addressing a few misconceptions about ByteDance, of which we are a subsidiary. ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. It's a private company. 60% of the company is owned by global institutional investors. 20% is owned by the founder, and 20% owned by employees around the world. ByteDance has 5 board members. 3 of them are American. Now, TikTok itself is not available in mainland China. We're headquartered in Los Angeles and in Singapore, and we have 7,000 employees in the US today. Still, we have heard important concerns about the potential for unwanted foreign access to US data and potential manipulation of the TikTok US ecosystem. There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform, and we know we have a responsibility to protect them, which is why I'm making the following commitments to you and to all our users. Number 1, we will keep safety, particularly for teenagers, as a top priority for us.
Let me pause it right there, right? Make sure y'all go check out a Shorty's merchandise out on TikTok, right? Yeah. Go support a Shorty on TikTok, right? We got our merch out on TikTok. Give me 1 second. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, because it took me all the way down there. Go check out a Shorty's merchandise on TikTok. See, YouTube wants me to get monetized for me to sell my merch. Free delivery too. So make sure y'all go check a Shorty out on TikTok. But back to the video.
Number 2, we will firewall protected US data from unwanted foreign access.
Yeah, I did my research before I sat here and I partnered up with them, yo. I really did my research.
Number 3, TikTok will remain a place for free expression and will not be manipulated by any government. And 4th, we will be transparent and we will give access to third-party independent monitors to remain accountable for our commitments. Let me start by addressing a few.
We got to be careful with whatever app we use. Whatever app we own, we have to be careful and we have to be cautious.
So this is the hook, and this is what happened.
Are you a hooker, Graham?
Oh, do you think I'm a hooker?
I do.
You do. Do you think I'd be a good hooker?
Yeah.
What would make me a good hooker?
A lot of practice.
Have you had a lot of practice?
I have.
Where do you practice hooking?
In bedrooms and
Oh.
sometimes the living room.
So how old do you have to be a hooker?
4-year-old.
4 years
I'm
old?
dead.
Yeah, because I already know how.
I am so dead. You can't help but laugh because Dito, the innocence of a child, so cute. Yo.
So this is the hook, and this is what happened.
Are you a hooker, Graham?
Do you think I'm a hooker?
I do.
You do. Do you think I'd be a good hooker?
Yeah,
What would make me a good hooker?
a lot of practice.
Have you had a lot of practice?
I have.
Where do you practice hooking?
In bedrooms and
Oh.
sometimes the living room.
So how old do you have to be a hooker?
4-year-old.
4 years old?
Yeah, because I already know how to hook.
Okay.
And I know how to be a thief when I hook. I'm the best hooker around. See?
Yo, I am dead because the innocence of a child, yo. He is talking about hanging up clothes. He had a whole clothing. He it was a hook to him. It was a hook. He listen, he's 4 years old. You cannot help. Let me see what the comments say. Yo, Dito, that was so cute. Because listen, man, your head would have to be elsewhere to misunderstand this child. Yo, you can't help but just laugh like Dito. Listen, man, as an adult, you hear something else. As a child, he's just hanging up his coat. You see where I'm coming from? He's sitting here trying to clip it and everything so he could just hang it in the hook. Like he said, "Are you a hooker?" Man, it's a lot of work to sit here and put a damn coat in the hook, yo, for real. The only thing that helped our minds not be in the life gutter was the beginning and the ending. Everything said in between was what the fuck. I'm so glad, yo. I'm so glad I still got an imagination and I can still think like a kid, yo. Real shit. Man, I be telling people, listen, my head don't be in the gutter. Maybe that's why, listen, man, this is why I'm able to, like, listen to a lot of people and I get into arguments and stuff like that. Because I don't know. Listen, man, my head don't be in the places that other people heads be in. For real, for real. It don't. Like, so it's like if it's funny, I'll take it as funny. If it's serious, I'll take it as serious. If it's listen, it, Dito, you can't get mad at no kid. This little 4-year-old just had me geeking on some real shit. I can't. You gotta love them. Man, to understand the kids, you cannot have, your head cannot be in the gutter when you're talking to these kids, yo. Because then you'll be like, huh?
Concerning the mRNA vaccine, we watched a very interesting video that came from Instagram. One of our brothers shared it with us. And in this video, he talks about the details about what mRNA is, what RNA actually is.
Okay, so if YouTube deleted you, let me skip you, okay? No offense to anybody, but I've learned my lesson, when it comes to this. So, I've already got a channel clapped. So we're skipping you. No disrespect, stories from Africa. But let's move forward real quick on this one. Because unless I've sat here and done my research on something, real quick and read it through, I'm good on this one for today.
Mark Zuckerberg is insane. If he thinks...
Honestly, let me tell you. You want to know why they're banning this app? They're banning this app because this is quite literally the only way that we can unfiltered talk to each other.
Real shit. Like, listen, on the lives, people could still really just say whatever. You got to watch when you upload them videos. For real, for real.
Regardless of the color, community, status, we have all figured out that we have a lot of shit in common. And that this fucking United States, and well, hell, globally, it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. When we were separated before and on Instagram, you only saw people that had like interests as you. You only saw people within a certain mile radius where you're like, hey, I saw them yesterday. What the fuck? Now we are talking to people across the globe. That's a problem. And regardless if we realize how problematic it was, it is for the higher ups. Now, since like everybody's saying this ban is likely gonna happen, what we gonna do about it? Because if they continue to control our voices, control our minds, really, control everything about us, at what point do we all band together and you say, you know what, fuck this shit? Now, we didn't do it with BLM. We didn't do it when Trump, I mean, well, they did an insurgency, you know, but you know what I'm saying. Is we really gonna ride over an app? Because I am prepared to take it to the streets over this app, because so many people have found income off of this, have promoted their businesses off of this, have been able not to work. We have been able to stop a lot of things. Cancel culture is on steroids on here, regardless if we like everything that was canceled or not. Realize that this app gave us the power to change a lot of shit. So, ain't nobody going to Twitter. Ain't nobody going to Instagram, and we definitely not going to Facebook. For real, what we about to do?
Mark Zuckerberg.
This is America, land of the free, where you gotta pay for water, even the air you breathe. Y'all screaming Black Lives Matter, turn around and watch our kids die and cry and ask why. They gotta fly high. Now we gotta be strong enough to storm the weather. Y'all weak, y'all fold under pressure. Now y'all went and lost your treasure. Oh my, look at the oppressor, dressed as a professor, calls himself a hitman, missed his target and got banned. Now he's tomorrow's trend, all for a brand. Don't act surprised. Y'all can stand. Y'all knew the plan. Y'all know that friend with that itchy hand, ready to see you go missing? Damn, what a scam. The whole time they was listening. They was just a part of the plan. Got us on a mission, on go mode and ready to rant. Shit, man. This is America, land of the free, where you gotta pay for water, even the air you breathe. I don't get tired of saying that, yo. This video says 6 times Trump proved he was the world's greatest troll. Oh shit! They call Trump a troll. Let me see what they gotta say.
I think you should
How
let
long
me
do I
run
got
the
left?
country. You run CNN.
Oh, I got only
and
like
if
a
you
few
did it
minutes
well,
left.
your ratings
Let me
would be
ask,
much better.
if I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question, Mr. President. If I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's
I was going
enough.
to ask one of the other folks.
That's
have had-
enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr.
Excuse
President,
me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down?
investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this event?
Mr. President. I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'll be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
This is a tough business to run for
I know
president.
you're a tough guy, Jeff.
And we need to have a leader that is real tough. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Well,
the
let's see.
president.
I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeff. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do
Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
Well, even Hillary was laughing. If this moment right here doesn't show you how much, how close they are, they all friends, man. You don't see that? Look at that smile. Didn't she hate him at one point? It's like the motherfuckers right now that hated Kamala, but out of nowhere they just love her. Like, am I wrong? Like, now out of nowhere everybody just loves Kamala. Like, we love you, Kamala. Other women are screaming, she's for women's rights. Your body, your choice. I mean, obviously we know it's our body, our choice, right? But what is Kamala gonna do about that? Don't we have to deal with that locally? Don't these senators, governors, and them have to get these bills and laws and, all this stuff you know, we have to go to them. Demand it. They get it, you know, at least approved. You know, because they say sometimes they can, sometimes they can. It's like, but even Trump said it himself. It's local. I mean, at least give him, you know, I give him a shout out for that, for keeping that part real. It's local. Eh.
Let's say I'm running against Pocahontas or Crazy Bernie. I tell you, I gotta hand it to Bernie. I saw him up there the other day. That hair is getting whiter and whiter, and he's getting crazier and crazier. And I saw him. We'll stop Donald Trump. We're stopping him. We're gonna stop. And I looked at my wife. I said, you know what? You gotta hand it to that guy, man. That guy, he doesn't quit, and that's okay. Crazy Bernie. He is one crazy dude.
One of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
Why are you being an asshole, Trump?
Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Whoop, hey. Oh, he said only Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, shit. I'm dead. He said only Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, he was really at war with Rosie O'Donnell. I can't sit here and deny that shit. Him and Rosie O'Donnell was really at war. It's like if they was at, you know, at a boxing ring and they, I don't know. It's like every time they threw each other, all you know that there were shots. And listen, man, woo, them two in a room together, they were ops.
Then why do we celebrate Easter? Why do you hide eggs and bunny rabbits? Well, think about what bunny rabbits are known for. Humping. Dude, you put two rabbits together, dude, next thing you know, there's 100. And then the Easter eggs is fertility. It was for the god of Ishtar. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Most people don't know that. Way back in the day, they celebrated by having orgies.
Word. If you still around, I want you to do, you know, a live about the god of Ashtar. He said, I think. Let me see. I think he says his name. I'm gonna look him up and I'm gonna do a live, and hopefully, you know, you can come up with a shorty and talk with a shorty, right? So that way a shorty don't get confused on her reacting and reviewing this live that she, because I definitely want to learn.
Way back in the day, they celebrated by having orgies and making babies. So 9 months.
Wait.
Way back in the day, they humping. Dude, you put two rabbits together, dude, next thing you know, there's 100. And then the Easter eggs is fertility. It was for the god of Ishtar. Isn't that crazy? Most people don't know that. Way back in the day, they celebrated by having orgies and making babies. So 9 months later, they could sacrifice those babies to Horus, the sun god, who was born December 25th.
Horus.
Now,
it's Horus. Horus, the sun god? There's another sun god? Oh, I'm definitely going to need the words assistance on that video.
when did they say Jesus was born? December 25th. He wasn't. And everybody knows that.
I know that much.
Any biblical scholar, they will say he was not born in December 25th. Then why are we celebrating Christmas? Then why do we?
Oh, I already knew that. For the longest, people try to, tell me otherwise or convince me otherwise. Nah. I read too much. Please tell me why this says this and y'all say this. All right, this gonna be the last video, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's rocking out with a shorty and has rocked out with a shorty.
There is an all-white town in South Africa. Can y'all really be mad though?
Orania is a whites-only town. Black people cannot live or work here. Every job is reserved for the white.
Where Bolo? I need Bolo to confirm this. Oh shit. I didn't know there was a white-only town in Africa. What? Yo, only Bolo can confirm this for me. Where Bolo at?
Every task performed by white people.
Continue, because I'm taking notes.
Me too.
It prints its own money, runs its own banks, has its own holidays, and manages its own affairs.
No.
It sounds like
So when you say handle your own affairs, that means like y'all can have your own police and stuff, right? Just hear me out, y'all. Just hear me out. Why don't we do this in
I'm
America?
listening.
We
I'm
can call
listening.
our police the Black Panthers. We grow our own food. We don't got to worry about the GMO and the fake food and the fake stuff. We don't got to
Yep.
worry about our water being contaminated by fluoride and heavy metals, so
I
we can
agree with
open our
you.
third eyes and stuff. Instead
I
of
agree
church,
with
we
you.
have meditation days. We build our own houses because we self-sufficient. The kids
Yep.
actually go to school and they can learn things like archery, how to build a fire, how to handle their anger, where they're not being brainwashed, stuck in a society where they're controlled by fear, and learning things that they never take with them as an adult, like X squared plus B squared. On some real stuff. Just tell me how y'all did this. I get it. You're not racist. You just don't want to be around Black people. Well, I don't want to be in corporate America.
Right? What can we do? What can we do to start, our own communities like that, yo? Real shit. What do we have to do? Like, come on, man, let's come together. Let's do this, yo. Like, shout out to the word, because I know he's one of the first persons that I've heard here on YouTube actually start saying that if we could find a way to start our own communities, that would be the best thing with, start our own education, teach our kids our own, that's not a bad idea. But on that note, y'all, that's all the time that I got right now. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Shout out to everybody supported Shorty rocked out with a Shorty today. Y'all didn't have to be here, but y'all was here with a Shorty rocking out. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all chose to be here. So till next time, this y'all Shorty Racheal. I hope y'all have a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. And I'll see y'all on one of my next lives.